With the release of the new iPhone 14 models, Apple has also introduced the Apple Intelligence, the new AI of Apple, for its different devices. Apple announced the Apple Intelligence way back in June 10th, 2024, but my channel did not existed back then, so I'm covering this topic now. But today is the launch date of iPhone 16e, and I thought let's make a video on Apple Intelligence because I promised to make a video on it. Apple Intelligence is basically, in simple words, artificial intelligence which is going to make your day-to-day task much more easier. The Apple Intelligence is only available in the newer models of iPhone, iPad and Macs. In iPhone, the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max and all the newer models of the iPhone 16 would have the Apple Intelligence, meaning models released before iPhone 15 Pro like iPhone 15 or 15 Plus would not have the Apple Intelligence. Why, you may ask? Well, it's because these older models have less powerful chips and RAM installed in them, like the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus have A16 Bionic chip installed in it, while iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max have A17 Pro chip installed in them. So at the end, your crispy, dusty looking iPhone 14 will not be able to run the new Apple Intelligence. Okay, let's talk about the features. First of all, there are tons of features, so I made a content list for you all. Okay, let's talk about the features, and the first thing we are going to talk about is Apple integrating with the ChatGPT.
What's up, guys? It's Quandale Dingle here.
Now you can access ChatGPT through Siri. Like if Apple can't answer your complex topics, or if you just want to use ChatGPT, you can use it directly without you needing to go to the website or install a dedicated app. This integration can only be accessed if you have the iOS 18 installed on your phone. You can also use it to generate images, and it can also help you in writing. And about the writing part, we will discuss this in a later feature. Anyways, according to Apple, IP address are secured and OpenAI won't store your data. And if someone has a ChatGPT account, then the ChatGPT data policies would be applied for those users. And those who have paid for the ChatGPT subscription can easily access the features that comes with the subscription. Moving on, let's talk about the new features in the Photos app. With the new Apple Intelligence, searching for photos and videos is much more easier. And Apple claims that you can find a video with only describing a specific segment present in that clip. Let's also talk about the cleanup tool. It's one of the new features that comes in the Apple's Photo app. You can select a specific image and can remove any background object without altering the image. But this is what Apple claimed. There are some times where it could alter the image. Then we have Memory Movie, which is another feature which uses the Apple Intelligence to pick out the best photos and videos by simply writing a story, and with that given description, it will find these images and create a memory movie for you. And you can even select a music using Apple Music. The images and videos are not shared with anyone according to Apple and are kept private. Now let's talk about Genmojis. One of the most fun and useful features, Genmojis. I was personally really excited for this feature. It lets you generate your custom emojis, and you can even create emojis of your family and friends. How it works is that once your keyboard appears, you need to go to the emojis and then there click on the smiley emoji with a plus sign, then type whatever you want. Moving on, you can now record calls and create summaries of those recordings using the new Apple Intelligence, and these summaries and recordings would be saved in your Notes app. And yes, I know a lot of you guys would be concerned about your privacy, but don't worry, Apple will notify the other person and ask their permission to record it. Another feature is priority messages. This feature prioritizes the most important messages and emails, and it summarizes your notifications so your goofy looking brain rotten attention span can understand their notification. But obviously this is AI and you will see a lot of people witnessing this pure cinema. Another feature is Smart Reply. With this feature, Apple provides you suggestions for quick responses. Moving on, we have writing tools. These are the tools that basically help you in writing text, whether you have to send it to your friend or boss or anyone else. It will help you. Writing tools are divided into three categories: proofread, summary and rewrite. Let's talk about proofread first. And as it sounds, and the meaning of proofread is to read and mark any error, and that's what proofread actually do. It will find any grammatical mistakes in your given text and it will fix it. That's all. Next up, we have rewrite text. Just like proofread, it does the same job as it sounds. It rewrites your text, and it will rewrite in a particular tone, and there are three types of tones from which you can select: friendly, professional, and concise. Professional is obviously for important text, like if you want to write a text to your boss and you want to make it sound more professional, you can use the professional tone. Next tone is friendly tone, and just as a sound, it will make your text sound more friendlier, and that's all. And concise will just shorter your text, but it would write in a more comprehensive way. Lastly, we have summary. Apple Intelligence would just basically generate a summary of your given text. You can also have the summary presented in key points, or the text to be organized in list or table format. And Compose Text is basically an extension which allows you to use ChatGPT when writing any text. Remember when I said that ChatGPT is going to help you in writing text? Well, yeah, Compose Text is basically that. Next feature is Image Playground. Image Playground is basically another feature which Apple introduced, and this feature basically allows users to generate images, and there are three styles from which you can select, and these styles are animations, illustration, and sketch. This feature is already built in apps like iMessenger, and it is also available as a dedicated app. There are also a lot of categories from which you can select, and these categories are theme, costumes, accessories, and places, and you can select these to add more depth in your images. You can also create generative images of someone from your personal photos. Now, a lot of you would not use this feature, but this feature is actually useful in apps like Notes. The new Apple One is another feature which Apple provides, and you can use it to improve or refine your rough sketches into generative images. Another feature is Siri. Siri now comes with a more richer language understanding. It can understand your goofy ass much more better. Moreover, you can now also write instead of using your voice, and when Siri is activated, it has these glowing lights appearing at the edges of your phone. Siri can now also give answers which are related to Apple, like how to do something on iPhone, iPad, or Mac. You can also command it to do simple tasks like saving someone's contact, play a podcast which your friend requested, and it can give answers to questions which are saved in your messages. Like your mother told you that she is coming to London at 10 p.m. and you can ask Siri when is mother coming to London, and it will answer you. But how can it do that? You never told Siri that. Well, Siri uses your personal data saved in to let the Apple Intelligence have a deeper understanding of you, where a lot of people are going to be concerned. And obviously, I respect that everyone has the right to protect their privacy, but Apple claims that most of the features that the Apple Intelligence will use are going to operate on your device's processor, and to run more complex requests, you need more processing power. And here Apple introduces the private cloud commute. That's why models like iPhone 15 and 15 Plus, or even lower, older models can't run the Apple Intelligence because they are not as strong as the 15 Pro, 15 Pro Max, or the other newer models. And if you want to know cloud commute more, I will create a dedicated video on that. And there is another feature which I'm going to talk about in another video. Maybe I'll create a short, and that feature is visual intelligence. But for now, thanks for watching. Peace.